Hi guys. Now, if you're familiar with my latest book, and this is March 2024, because you could be watching this video, I don't know when. Just, it could be way in the future. Who knows? My latest book, Everybody Wants to Rule the World. If you're familiar with it, it's kind of the concept is that there's all these powers who are trying to control our lives. And there's one specific thing in the story because I could be a huge book if I kind of got into a lot of areas. But anyway, and the concept behind it is interesting because it's sort of followed through the whole series. It's not just this book. And if you're familiar with my series, of course, the Hernandez series, a former Mexican narco transitions to Canadian life with family, politics, and business while holding tight to his ruthless criminal ways. Meet Jorge Hernandez. Now that is the summary for my series, of course, and I didn't pre-think, I'm going to have this guy, he's going to come in. It wasn't meant to be a series. That's a whole other video, But I just seen him kind of coming in and trying to take over. Oops, had my camera there. Trying to take over kind of, first it's with the government. He finds somebody who wants to get in government because you're going to be the next prime minister. I'll make sure of it, but you're my bitch. You do what I say. Do you think that happens? Look around. I'm sure there's a few people running countries now that is someone's bitch. It certainly feels like that in my country. Anyway, and then he takes over the pot industry, which of course in Canada is, we have a legal pot industry, which is government owned, of course. But in the series, he takes it over. He takes it over from the government and privatizes it. And then he, of course, gets involved in the media, buys out a paper, then starts independent media and that kind of thing. So he has a lot of influence. Now, does that really happen in the real world? Well, the funny thing is, yeah, I guess that's a short, easy answer. Look around. Wouldn't it be wild if that was just some crazy concept in a book and not real life? When I wrote it, I didn't really, my writing is very instinctual, and sometimes I write stuff and I think, oh, where'd that come from? And now I know. And I think it's really interesting. It's interesting how art, imitates reality and kind of reflects things back. I know a lot of people now, I was reading something online, they said corporate books. Well, and that's how I feel. I pick up a lot of books that are fiction. I'm like, ugh, same thing, blah, blah, blah. And there seems to be certain plots, and I'm not going to get into all that here, but it's like the same, sister thing, romance thing, girl goes back to a small town, all this. It just seems like these themes are over and over, and some people might say that my book's gangsters. Yeah, my gangster's a little bit different. But you still don't see a lot of those books out there. You see kind of the same, safe, familiar corporate books as they're called, and that's why I'm an independent author, and now I'm getting a whole other subject. So who owns the world? Now, people like characters that own the world if they see a good side in them. So I could call it like vigilante justice, which will probably somehow get me banned on YouTube for saying those words. But, it's that's people like that. I've said in other videos, shows like Yellowstone, I have a calendar back there. People like these things because a part of them's like kind of sick of how the world works, as in everybody wants to rule the world. I'm pointing at my notes, what are you looking at there, lady? It's my notes. And I think that people like sort of reading about this kind of thing and relating it to what they see. I don't know. What do you think? Or is it the opposite? Are people so fed up with what's going on in the world? They're like, yeah, I don't want to read about it for fun. Somebody said that to me, your books aren't a comfortable place to land. And you know what? Maybe we don't need to be comfortable right now. Maybe we need to pay attention. What do you think, guys? Like, share, subscribe. I should be saying that at the beginning of the video. I can use all the help I can get. Thank you. Have a great day and check out my books, mimaonfire.com. Have a great one.